guys, it's day 2 with this Forestry mulcher. Let's see how much he can get done today. All down here, where these trees are, that's we're gonna put some high tunnels eventually. I believe the previous owner had a horse ring here. That's why nothing grows here. It's super flat, and like all the topsoil has been pushed off to the edges. Random trees kind of popping up, and kind of just like weeds and a lot of just little brambles. This tree is probably the one we save. It's a bigger tree, so it's gonna give off a lot of shade for our animals. These are persimmon trees, and they did give off some fruit this last year. A Bradford pear tree. Definitely we're taking this out. Bradford pear trees are so bad that the state of Ohio is making them illegal to grow and plant. And these trees do not produce fruit at all. They produce beautiful flowers, but they also attract flies and they stink like fish. We're taking all these sweet gums. We are gonna keep a lot of these trees, but maybe thin them out. This is another Bradford pear. We need to take that out. We're gonna be marking all the trees that we're saving with this orange tape. I'm trying not to do too much because I hate to take down some trees and regret it later. There's another Bradford pear. Hey Elvira, how you doing? You all right? I see all your kids are here. Little burritos. Oh, all right, she finally gave in. What a good mama. Hey pigs. Hey pigs. Hey pigs. Hey pigs. The first day of hiring the Forestry mulcher, we cleared a lot of our first fence line, and then also cleared me a path into our woods and then out towards our creek. And then the mulcher's coming out again today to do some more fence line clearing and also getting some random trees out in our pasture area. Basically a weed eater. Yeah. We have all this horse fence line here that the previous mulcher didn't get the previous day, but he's coming in. He's gonna basically follow this line that goes all the way around the barn, and then get all this brush here, some of that privet. Look at that. Man, destroyed that. That's the corner right there, corner post of the property. Following that along. The last video that we posted of a mulcher, saying how it's so satisfying. It's even more satisfying in person. And we're gonna clear this up because I want to add some fence line right on this spot. This has never had fence. And the property line is just beyond that. But previously, we took down a bunch of trees right here because they were all growing on the side here when we first moved. So we knocked those down and then follow this fence line all along. And then we're gonna go out there and try to knock down some of those random trees that are out. You gotta be careful because this thing can projectile rocks and trees and golf balls. I got a lot of golf balls on my property for some reason. All right, now the previous mulcher guy did not get in this section. He kind of went up along this fence line and went in, but this guy, he's gonna try to get in there with this thing and go along our property line and meet up with another mulching trail that we already did. No?
Looks like there's a bunch of tires.
Really?
That's why I picked the head up right there. Okay. That one.
Tires?
One right there.
Okay. Yeah, there might be too many tires. Can't suck up the tires. Don't want to do that. So we're just he's gonna do the best he can. Just follow that fence line, and I really just want a path. So that way we could run a fence line, run our animals in. The marker here, T-post. I don't want to get too close because, you know, projectiles. You know, what if a tree falls? Zeke! You grab a wire?
Yeah. Fence gate right there.
Wire's wound up in there. Part of an old fence line. He got tangled pretty bad. And we gotta cut it all out. I guess that's one of the drawbacks of these things. You know, these old horse fence lines or fence lines in general. And if you don't see them, you just destroy that thing. And it gets all tangled. No bueno. All right, we got it going, and now we got to do the main pasture area. This is probably the more priority. So right here, we're going to put a couple high tunnels. So I need them to knock down most of these trees. Bradford pear tree is gone. We're also mulching the wood, the trees. this machine, it can, I mean, it tears it up a little bit, you know, the ground. It's a little wet and soggy. So I think if you're gonna do this, you probably better do it, you know, right when you move to a property, and then over time, the pastures should just get better. Zeke, you almost got hit, Zeke. You almost got hit. It's alright, it's alright. The bad mulcher won't hurt you. The bad mulcher won't hurt you. It's alright, piggies. It's early enough in the grass growing season that this is gonna come back, man. Like, grass grows so good here, especially in this particular spot, because the water, when it rains, it flows in here. It's basically a creek that comes through here. So this is probably the best grass. So it's early enough that I could probably still graze some animals in here, you know, maybe mid-summer, late summer, that this is all gonna grow back. If this was winter and I had this guy come out, then maybe it might be like even just more muddy. Some of these, like this cluster right here, I'm just gonna thin out with my chainsaw, so you couldn't get, like, you know, in there if there's like a cluster of trees. You know, we're just trying to keep these trees for shade for our animals. We're making our way up the mountain here, and it's pretty much done with down there, and then just all random trees as we head on up. Blackberries, guys. We had a bunch of blackberries last year, but I mowed a lot of them down. Blackberry bush, blackberries, and so we're gonna leave some here, but we are gonna get some this year for sure. They're already growing. This part of the pasture is definitely a lot more trees, and we never really could get in here. I did not run my 2 steers in here last year because of that. As we're working this larger land and we're kind of doing things ourselves, like bare bones, like bootstrapping it, just getting it done, you know, slowly we're realizing that we just cannot do it all by hand. You know, we're gonna need to hire help if we want to get to where we want to be. Hiring this mulcher was one of the best decisions we've ever made with our new property. Before, we couldn't run our steers in certain areas, and now we can. And the amount of work that a mulcher did in 2 days with just us, I mean, it would have probably taken us 2 years. And the only thing left to do is maintain our land. And if we maintain it, I shouldn't ever have to hire a forestry mulcher again. There is no hardwood trees here. I wouldn't be knocking down trees if there was more hardwoods. It's all like sweet gum, pine, and even most of the pine we're keeping. Cedar, there's some cedar in there. Are bug infested, they're falling over, they're not healthy trees. Big boy right there. Here we go. Yeah! Woo!
That was a big tree.
We're tearing it up here, Randy.
I know.
We're tearing it up.
Everything. I never would have thought he would have tore that one down.
I know. That was the biggest. I think that was the biggest tree right there. So that was a Bradford pear tree.
Oh, okay.
That's the one that we don't want here.
Is that what this is?
Yeah, this is a Bradford pear. What do you think?
It's very open. It looks good.
It looks so much bigger. I mean, we still left trees. There's a lot of trees still, but not right here.
Yeah, it does look bigger. I feel like it helps us see, like,
See
oh,
more,
okay,
right?
yeah, well, we could put things here. We could put something here, or we need to mow that area now.
Hey, pigs. We got rid of all the Bradford pear trees. Really, all these trees were for shade for animals. This right here is like a wild plum tree. We still need to do something with these lines and fix these. They need to be tight. There's some areas that are broken still. We haven't touched those yet. We left a lot of the trees here. I didn't want him to go crazy in here because I don't want to regret, you know, cutting down some trees. So we left some. So in here, we're just gonna have to come in here with a chainsaw by hand and thin it out. This is an oak tree.
Yeah, this is oak.
So I had him just kind of clear around it so we could get to it. And then we got to thin out some of this stuff. Hopefully that's the last time we ever use a forestry mulcher. Now we just have to maintain things, fix the line, fix the fence, and we should be good. Everything else we could, you know, no way around it. We're gonna have to do stuff by hand. 6 hours that last time, 6 hours today, and this is what they've done. And then he couldn't get in here necessarily because his mulcher got some wire on it, so he was afraid to finish it off. You know, I just want him to go along and come out the other side, but you know, same thing with the other mulcher guy. I think this is like the unknown, and you know, something might happen to the mulcher, but he did get halfway in, which I'm super thankful for, and I could actually walk in here. I'm happy to take you guys along and show you guys what we're doing, and maybe give you guys some ideas. Maybe you guys are trying to figure this stuff out just as much as we are, and hopefully give you guys some different ideas as we try to continue to re-establish this old horse property into our family farm of our dreams. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.